Slowing down feels uncomfortable because speed became your survival. You didn't learn how to rest, you learned how to keep going. Why slowing down feels so uncomfortable. We live in a world where speed feels like safety. Busy means responsible. Moving fast means valuable. Rest feels like something you have to explain. So when you slow down, your body doesn't relax. It tenses, not because slowing down is wrong, but because stillness feels unfamiliar. For years, movement protected you. Deadlines kept your mind busy. Noise kept the questions away. Silence didn't feel peaceful. It felt exposed. Because when everything goes quiet, there's nothing left to distract you from how tired you really are. So you move again. Not to arrive somewhere, but to avoid what shows up when you finally stop. And slowly, speed stops being something you do. It becomes who you are. When speed becomes identity, slowing down feels uncomfortable because speed didn't just shape your schedule, it shaped your identity. For a long time, moving fast meant you were coping. If you stayed busy, you felt useful. If you kept going, you felt safe. Speed wasn't about arriving somewhere. It was about avoiding something. Because when you stopped, really stopped, there was a strange emptiness. Not silence, not peace, but a question you didn't know how to answer. Who am I when I'm not producing? Who am I when nothing needs me right now? Most of us never learned how to sit with that. So we filled the space, tasks, plans, urgency, not because they mattered, but because they distracted. Over time, speed stopped being a tool. It became a shield. Deadlines protected you from feeling lost. Constant motion protected you from feeling unnecessary. And the world rewarded that. Busy looked responsible. Fast looked successful. Rest looked suspicious. So, you learned to rush even when nothing was chasing you. You checked your phone not because you needed to, but because stillness felt uncomfortable. You filled your days not because they were meaningful, but because empty space felt unsafe. This is why slowing down doesn't feel calming at first. It feels threatening. Because when the noise fades, you don't immediately find peace. You find everything you postponed. Fatigue, grief, doubt, questions without answers. And your nervous system remembers. Last time things got quiet, you didn't feel better. You felt exposed. So your body resists. It tightens. It urges you to move again. Not to go somewhere, but to escape what's surfacing. And here's the part we rarely talk about. Many people aren't afraid of doing less. They're afraid of becoming invisible. If I slow down, will I still matter? If I stop producing, will anyone need me? If I rest, who am I allowed to be? Speed gives you a role. Busy gives you a reason. Stillness removes the costume. And suddenly, you're face to face with yourself. That's why slowing down feels so uncomfortable in modern life. Not because it's wrong, but because it asks you to exist without proving anything, without optimizing, without improving, without becoming, just being. And for a world built on speed, that feels unfamiliar, almost dangerous. But nothing here means you're doing life wrong. It means you adapted. You learned to move fast because it helped you survive. Speed worked until it didn't. And now, your discomfort isn't a failure. It's a signal. Not telling you to stop forever. Just asking you to notice what shows up when you finally slow down. I once spoke with someone in his mid-40s who said something that stayed with me. He didn't think he was burned out. He had a job, a routine, a calendar that stayed full. From the outside, Everything looked fine. He woke up early, answered emails before breakfast, kept moving until the day ended. Nothing dramatic happened. No breakdown, no collapse. Just a quiet tiredness that never really left. One evening, he tried something simple. He sat down. No phone, no music, no screen, just a chair, and a few minutes of quiet. And almost immediately, his body felt uneasy. Not relaxed, uneasy. His mind reached for something, anything, a task he forgot, a message he could send, something useful. Because sitting there, doing nothing, felt strangely uncomfortable, almost wrong. Later, he said something honest. I don't know how to rest. When I stop, I feel useless. Not lazy, not bored, useless. For most of his life, movement meant worth. Being needed meant existing. So, when nothing asked for him, he didn't feel peaceful. He felt invisible. He realized something quietly painful. He wasn't afraid of slowing down. He was afraid of who he'd be without momentum, without deadlines, without urgency, without proof that he mattered. So he stayed busy, not because he loved it, but because it gave him a role. Nothing in his life was broken. He didn't need a new system or a better routine. He just never learned how to sit without earning his place. And maybe that's a kind of tiredness many people carry without knowing its name. Maybe this is why slowing down feels so uncomfortable for you. Not because you're weak, not because you lack discipline, but because stillness doesn't reward you right away. When you stop, nothing asks for you. Nothing proves your worth. And in a world that taught you to earn your place through effort, that silence can feel unsettling. Slowing down doesn't just pause your schedule. It pauses the role you've been playing for years. The reliable one, the productive one, the one who keeps things moving. Without that role, a quiet question appears. Who are you when nothing is required of you? That question isn't meant to be answered quickly. It isn't a problem to solve or a goal to reach. The discomfort you feel isn't failure. It's a signal that you're close enough to yourself to notice something real. You don't need to rush past that feeling. You don't need to label it or make sense of it yet. Sometimes, the only work is staying a little longer than you normally would. Slowing down doesn't mean you're giving up. Sometimes it's the first moment you finally arrive. Nothing dramatic happens. Life doesn't change overnight. You just feel it again. And maybe that's enough for now. If this moment felt familiar, you don't need to do anything with it. Just carry it gently into the rest of your day.